So friends, last week we went exploring on the motorcycle and we came across this 2,000-year-old Indian mound. And it is the Madeira Bickle Mound State Archaeological Site. And this was located on Bayshore Drive west of US 19, a mile south of I-275 on the southern end of Tampa Bay. And the reason I come back here was last week when we were here, I mentioned, man, those Indians must have had one heck of a lookout. And I was wondering what they were looking at up here on top of this 20-foot tall mound. Now this is, huge mound, 100 foot by 170 foot by 20 some feet tall. You know, they built this mostly out of oysters and stuff like that. And there had to have been a reason. And I mentioned the fact that once you get up here to the top, they probably could have seen the whole mouth of Tampa Bay from this lookout. And that is probably why they built it. So I brought my drone, figured we'd launch it, get up above the canopy where we can see exactly where we're located here in Tampa Bay, and see what those Indians were looking at. Now, these were the Tocobaga Indians. I'm not sure if I pronounced that right, Tocobaga. But, they lived here up until the 1500s when the Spanish explorers came in to the state of Florida. And by the 1600s, they were pretty much gone, all traces of them, because disease and warfare kind of killed them off. But before that, they had it pretty easy. They were actually one of the very few Indian tribes that did not have to farm, because these waters here in Tampa Bay gave them everything they needed to survive. They just lived off the beautiful waters of Tampa Bay, and you can see why. I mean, this is one of the best fisheries in the whole world. I'm zooming in here on the Sunshine Skyway, right there, dead center. And we're going to go take a closer look at that here in just a little bit. But right now, let's check out what's in front of us here. So we got Skeet Key, Edge Key. Those are the sister keys right there on top of the sailboat. This is Miguel Bay. And as we come back in here a little bit, that's Critical Bayou right in front of us. And that cut through there, that's Flounder Pass. And that's leading right into Terra Ciea Bay, right there in front of us. Beautiful, huh? And Palmetto is out there in the distance. Memphis is here, right next to that. 41 will be right across there. And as we circle back around, looking at Ellington, then we'll be coming up on Parrish. And as we start facing northeast again, we're going to be looking at Ruskin, and Port Manatee will be right there in front of us with Tampa Bay to the left again. All right, let's look a little bit closer in here and see what we got going on. That'll be Bayshore Drive right there in front of us. And then Horseshoe Loop Road. And just got some borrow pits in there. And there's a canal that was man-made. So a lot of houses in here and stuff like that. You can see most of those waterways probably were dug deep, and dredged. But as you can see, these Tobaca Indians, they had plenty of access from here to a lot of beautiful waters, a lot of beautiful fishing grounds. Everything from grouper to snook, trout, flounder, anything that they desired as far as fish was right here, year-round. All right, so let's go ahead and come on back down, and then we're going to head over a little closer to the Skyway and check that area out. because we still got plenty of daylight left to go over there and get a little closer look at the bridge. So now we are at the rest area on the Manatee County end, the terracier end of the Sunshine Skyway, about halfway between the Indian Mound and the center span. So that's the center span up there in the middle. Now this is the Sunshine Skyway, and this was built in 1987 to replace the one that the freighter hit, and all those people lost their lives. The bridge is 4.1 miles across Tampa Bay. To the right is Tampa Bay. To the left, if we look out across, that'll be the Gulf of Mexico. And Mexico will be on the other side of that. Right across from over here is going to be, of course, Anna Maria Island and those areas I already described. You can see it right there on the horizon. So this whole area here, beautiful fishing. You know, Tampa Bay is 400 square miles, and it is fed by 4 major freshwater rivers. One of them, the Manatee River, is right there in front of us. And, of course, the Little Manatee is the river I showed you in some previous films that I put together where I live. And then above that is the Alafai River, and the biggest one is the Hillsborough River, which will be down there by Tampa. So as we spin around here, we're going to be looking back home. Port Manatee in front of us, and Ruskin will be on past that. Tampa will be way out there on the horizon, just too far to see. But over here to the left, we're going to see St. Petersburg again, right there. There's downtown St. Petersburg. Tropicana Field will be right there immediately left of that. And we come back around, and there's the Skyway again. All right. Beautiful, huh? So, the Tampa Bay, like I said, 400 square miles, but it's only averages 11 foot deep. These areas down here, you see all this seagrass, they're probably only averaging a couple feet deep. But trout, snook, flounder can be all up in there. And there's grouper out in the middle in the shipping channel, and out by the old bridge rubble that they dumped out there. There's some reefs. But the shipping channel is 43 feet deep at the deepest part, and is over 40 miles long. So, but of course those Indians didn't have a shipping channel when they were here, but there was plenty of access to gag grouper, because let me tell you, right out there, I've caught them in 10 feet of water. And next to the Skyway Bridge, the old bridge, those people are fishing off there, probably catching them right now. This place is full of gag grouper, sheephead, you know, grunts, all kinds of fish. Speaking of that, here is the Bishop Harbor boat launch, and that'll take you right out into Bishop Harbor, which leads right out there into Tampa Bay. So if you got a kayak, there's all kinds of fishing all up in there. Look at that. And if you don't have a kayak or a boat, well, check this out. You can walk out here. That's my truck right there at the bottom. So you can walk out there on these trails and fish from shore, and you got access to all that beautiful fishing as well. Just take some mosquito repellent with you. All right, so Indian Mound was right about there. That's where we were. And when we zoom over here to the right, there's the Sunshine Skyway again. And St. Pete right there. And then that's going to be Port Manatee in front of us. That's a big port. And that's going to be the way to Ruskin when we head home. And it's getting about that time, because the sun is starting to come down to the horizon and the bugs are starting to come out. So Them poor Indians, they had good fishing, but man, them bugs probably tore them up. That might be another reason they elevated that mound, get up where they got a little breeze, keep the bugs off them. Well, hey, if you enjoyed this little drone footage of Tampa Bay, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it to any of your friends who might like to see similar kind of content. Thanks for watching. Y'all be safe.